All right, you guys, welcome. We're gonna just let this go for just a minute here while you guys jump on. So when you do jump on, make sure you say hello in the comments, throw up some hearts, have some fun with this. We're gonna get Jen and Melissa live tonight, so super excited to have both of them on here with us. So we'll give them just a couple minutes to get on, and then we'll give you guys too. So Heather, hello, welcome. Let me see who else we've got. Shirley Stevens, hello. Good to see you guys. Hello, Jennifer Smith. Really happy that you guys are joining us and hope we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. You know what makes me really excited is that we actually had sunshine today instead of winter. There's just something about that just totally like makes everything great. So, all right, let's see who else we're getting here. You guys, as you jump on here, I want you to either list one question you have about 2B Mindset or one thing that you're most excited about with 2B Mindset. Let us know in the comments, you guys, because I know some of you, hi Amy, hi Dana, some of you guys have been in our launch event, so you maybe know a little bit more. Some of you might be brand new to this today and just hearing about it. So welcome to everybody who's jumping on here. So just share, like, what is either something you need in your nutrition, something you're really excited about 2B Mindset, something that this is going to be a game changer for you. So be good. Hello, Marlene. Welcome. Let's see. Just going back and forth here, see if they're on yet. So we're getting Jamie. Amy Pardo, hello. Good to see you guys on. Hello, Dana. Amy, you should tell us what you're excited about. So it's just so good, you guys. And this is like the beginning of what we're gonna be, what this is gonna be like, right? Just all of us sharing information together. You know, sometimes when I would start a program, I would just hesitate to get involved, right? Because I'm like, I didn't want to expose myself, right? I didn't want other people to know what I was doing. So I worked out for a long time, like by myself. I was just that one person, like just on my own all the time. And, you know, I have to tell you, like stepping into that uncomfortable zone of letting other people into my life, into my goals, has just made all the difference. And you guys, this community is awesome. 122 people I saw before I logged in that are already involved with this group. That is amazing. And you guys, you know why we're here? For all the same reason, right? Because we want to take that control. We want to feel that freedom of eating and health, and that right there just brings us together. So I hope you guys like just rock this as far as helping each other and sharing and supporting one another, because that's what makes this really, really good. So let's see. Okay, Dana, healthy snack options. Yes. Jennifer Smith, to not be guilty about cheat meals. Yes. Right? When you get fitness down and being fine to not be so strict, right? Yeah, we're afraid to tell ourselves like that we can't those things, right? I hate it when I hear people say, well, I didn't get to do my workout, so I had to you know, make that up, right? Or I had to do 3 workouts one day. And I'm like, no, we can't do that. Melissa, I just want to tell you, it says that I cannot bring you on camera. So make sure that you join from your phone, if you will. And let's see if we can get her on. So welcome, Jen.
Hey, guys.
We got Jen here. Ashley, welcome. Love seeing you guys jump on. And Jen, enjoying yourself socially, right? Yes, barbecues are coming up. Vacations are coming up. Like, it's so important that we feel like we can do that and that we're not cheating ourselves doing that. Heather, I'm excited to change my mind and refocus my efforts on better nutrition, not only for me, but my family as well. Yes, you guys, when we were talking last week, like, it came up like, how great is this for your kids and for your family, right? Because whatever you're doing, whatever they see you doing is what they're going to adopt. And I just am so thrilled that early into their life that they're going to be able to have these habits to take with them, right? Not have to consider cheat meals, but just a meal, right, Amy? I think we're going to learn so many great things from Ilana about how to do that. So let me see. Hello, Tina. Good to see you on. Let me see if I can get Melissa back on here. Melissa, it's still saying can't bring you on camera. Dang it. I'm not sure what to do. What do you think, Jen?
Did you comment on the video, Melissa? Go click on the post from your phone on this live video and just comment, and maybe that'll activate it.
Thanks for your patience, you guys. This is our first time bringing all three of us on live, so we're learning this too. Erin, welcome. Thanks, you guys, for just shouting out your name and putting a comment in here while you jump on, so we can give you a shout out and say hello. And we're just kind of talking about things that we're excited about this program, or things that, you know, have really kind of set us back as far as nutrition, that whenever we start something, maybe it just hasn't allowed us to continue to move forward. So let me see here if we can get Melissa on. Okay, Melissa is on here. Okay, I think I can bring her on now.
Yay!
Let me see here. I don't know, it's still telling me I cannot bring her on.
Maybe I can disconnect when Melissa can talk, and we can try to reconnect.
Maybe we can try that. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Jen, let's see if we can do that, like, for her point number 3, I guess, and just kind of try it out.
Okay.
Let's see if that works. So, okay, we'll get going here. So, welcome.
Welcome.
I'm going to kick it over to Jen. My name's Tina Salisbury. We've got Jennifer Lipp with us. We've got Melissa, who I'll just keep trying to bring on, and we'll bring her on a little bit later if we can't. So we're just thrilled you're here. I'm going to pass it over to Jennifer to kind of kick us off here.
Okay, so we are so excited that you guys are joining us both tonight, but also in this Take Back Your Plate community, just to learn more about how to control the emotional eating and get off the yo-yo diet and learn to find some food freedom, where we're so overwhelmed with all of these options of food and weight management and products and programs. And I think this group and this 2B mindset that we're working through together is going to really simplify our lives around food and our relationship with food. So tonight we're going to focus on emotional and binge eating, because as we've talked to people, there's this common thread and it's very common among all of us, right? That we struggle with this emotional eating. And if we think about it, you know, our first connection with food usually comes from the love of our caretaker or our mother, right? So we seek food when we are usually seeking comfort or love or that familiarity. So I think that, you know, probably some of our negative relationship with food is out of our control where it came from, but we do have control to change it moving forward. Another thing to think about is how we kind of grew up as children, right? So a lot of times, and I know I find myself doing this with my girls, we reward our children with food, right? So if they have good behavior, we reward them with ice cream, or, you know, if they get all their chores done, they get a cookie, or, you know, whatever the case may be. If they're hurt, we give them a popsicle. And I think it's just, it's that history of our relationship with food that these actions just kind of become second nature without us putting a whole lot of thought into what kind of habits we're creating, not only for our kids but for ourselves as we do that. And Tina's gonna just just kind of expand on that just a little bit.
Yeah, whenever I would eat something, and whenever I do eat something that I shouldn't, like, I feel that shame, that guilt, right? And a lot of times that sends me spiraling into that feeling of, well, why bother, right? Why keep going on this? Why? And then we give up, right? Or we sabotage the whole day instead of just having that one treat and allowing ourselves to do that. And I think that that's something really powerful right there to explore, that we just don't spend enough time on. Like, we just allow that shame and guilt to overpower what we're trying to do, right? And what we're really, instead of really looking at what the root causes of those things, or looking at some alternatives and things that we can do. And I know it's been so much better for me to be able to do those, right? So, I hope that as we share these 4 points with you tonight, these 4 actions, that you can find yourself in that place of feeling in control, of having something that you can do and something that you can really turn to. And I wanted to just share before we even start, the 4 points, to just share with you the experience of some of these people going through the test group have had. But I really like Imani's story, and she's been going through the 2B Mindset test group for the last several months. And this is what she said: after the first week losing 7 pounds, I knew I'd found the perfect program for me, because I'm able to eat the same foods as everyone else, go back for seconds, and still lose weight. My weight loss is a lifestyle. It's an awareness rather than a goal. It's not a temporary fix. A diet is temporary. A diet means that you get to a goal and you stop, which is the exact opposite of how weight loss works. A mindset lasts forever. I can do the 2B mindset for life. Like, I love that. You get to a certain point, or you do something, and then all of a sudden it's like, what do I do now? And that what do I do now, that pause, right? That tells yourself, this was something temporary. This is something I did just to achieve X, right? And so we're gonna dig into this right now to help you to really start to look at this as something that can be achievable throughout your life. And adding that component of working on the inside first is going to make a huge difference. Okay, so take notes. You guys get a notebook out, and then also, because I want you to capture those aha moments. All of these might not resonate with you, but there's going to be something tonight that we're going to say specifically that it'll resonate with you, and that you needed to take away from this, right? That one thing is what you need to do and start working on that will help you the most. So take that notebook, write that down. And I want to let you know too that we are really excited to provide to you at the end, for those of you who stick around through the whole webinar, we have a PDF of these 4 points and the action items put together for you, so that you have a game plan in your hand that you can move forward with. So we'll tell you how to get that. And, so again, thank you for listening to this and for being here with us tonight. Okay. So I'm going to dive into point number 1. So the first action you can take, and you guys, this is the one that we need, right? So we're hitting it home from the beginning. Number 1, I want you to use your scale. I said it. I said use your scale, not hide your scale, not put it away. I want you to use your scale, and I want you to track data to measure your progress, right? That's what the scale is, you guys. It is a tool to help us to gain more information. And when we have more information, we can do something about that, right? So somebody put that down there. Use the scale. I want you to use it. You guys, the only time we hate the scale is when it tells us what we don't want to hear, right? Right? Am I right? When that number is going down and we're seeing results and things are going right, like money, we want to jump on that scale every hour and see what that thing has to say. But when it's not telling us what we want to hear, we don't do it, right? So I want you guys to know, like, we can take away that fear of what that number is. We can take away the control that we're giving to that number, because that's what we're doing, right? It's just a number. It just tells us what's going on and what's happening. So we've conditioned ourselves to put our focus on that. But it doesn't have to have that power and that control, right? So it doesn't determine the worth of you as a person, what that number is. And, you know, as I was thinking about this point in talking about that, I was thinking, you know, what is the right number anyway? Do most of us even know what that right number is for us, where we're going, right? So probably not, you know, but there's something or some moment in our life or in our minds that has happened to us that we tie a specific number to what we feel like that should be, right? So here's what I want you to use the scale for, right? The scale is a tool that helps us to know what's working and what isn't working for your body. I know that I found certain foods that just don't serve me in my diet, right? So I know when I eat a lot or I consume a lot of dairy, that I get bloated and retain a lot more water, right? And as that happens, the scale goes up, right? So in knowing that and understanding that, if I'm using the scale, I can say, okay, I'm tracking my food. I see what's happening on the scale. What's going on here, right? Because I'm on track, right? I'm not eating bad foods. I didn't go binge on chocolate or something like that. And so when I get that information, it can tell me, okay, what am I eating? Maybe let me make some adjustments to that, right? And that is the beauty of that, guys. Let yourself make those adjustments. Don't jump to that conclusion. Don't let that perfectionism that we all tell ourselves we have to have, don't let that tell you that what you're doing is wrong. Just let it be that information and do something with it to be able to fix it, right? The scale also tells us, you know, it helps us to know how to change. You know, if we never measure that, how are we going to know what to change, right? So I'll use an example, because I'm a runner. So let's say that I want to start training for a marathon. Okay, so I go into the marathon and all of a sudden, you know, so I figure I'm going to get like a 4-hour marathon. And when I finish at like 5 hours and 45 minutes. And I'm like, that sucked. You know, I did terrible. Well, how do I know what I did terrible? And how am I going to know what to do better if I haven't measured anything? If I don't know how many miles I ran, if I don't know how, you know, about what my splits are, how many minutes it takes me to run per mile, you know, how that's happening through that whole race. You know, am I going out too fast? You know, are my starting times, you know, are they a lot faster and I need to slow down or pace myself better? How am I going to know if I don't gather that information, right? The same thing with your weight loss. You've got to have those measurements to be able to get that data, right? And here's the thing, when you use the scale, you're either going to lose weight or you're going to learn from it, right? So if that scale's not going in the right direction, you're going to learn from that. You're going to take that information, you're going to be able to make changes, okay? So the scale, what it's going to do is you use that more often, as you use that daily, it's going to help you to reshape your ability to trust food again, right? To not say, if I have that ice cream, I'm going to gain 10 pounds and I'm never going to be able to eat ice cream again. I can never say yes to cake at a birthday party, right? It's going to help you as we use that data and we use that number to uncover what are those emotional eating issues that you have. It's going to help food to become more objective and purposeful, right? Not just something that you use to delay or soothe different problems or things that you have in your life, right? A lot of times when we're eating emotionally, we're trying to delay some type of specific emotion or reaction or something that's going to happen, right? So we'll start to learn more about that. And you guys, weight is a parameter of your health. It's something that gives us information to tell us what's going on. Okay, so if you continue to not allow yourself to overcome that fear, the consequences of that, you know, you'll be paranoia, anxiety about your food, discomfort with your body, right? You never really learn to love yourself. We have to love ourselves at every step of this journey, not just at the beginning, not just when we've reached that goal that we have, that ideal weight. We need to be able to do that, right? It can increase your fear of going to the doctor. Have you, or do you know someone who you're like, you need to go to a doctor, and they won't go to a doctor because they're scared of what that doctor is going to tell them? That hurts, right? When we care about people and they won't do that. So helping to alleviate that fear and be healthier will help you to do that. Okay, so you've got to use the scale. You got to use the scale, right? So I want you to do that. So here's what I want you to do. Here's the action item from this point. So I want you to choose two to three ways to consistently measure your progress, and make sure that the scale is one of them, right? So some other ways that you can measure your progress: how are your clothes fitting? How many inches have you lost? Progress pictures. You can measure your body fat percentage. Keep a food journal, right? What are you eating? Your energy levels, huge. New strength victories that you're gaining in your fitness. How long you've been able to jog, or the time that you're able to do that consistently without stopping, right, in your fitness. So all of those things are really great measurements for how to gather data to do your success. So pick 2 or 3 of those. Don't measure all of them. Just pick a couple so that you can stay consistent. And then I would like for you to Google affirmations around weight loss. And I want you, or affirmations around the scale. I want you to start building a positive relationship with that scale. And what we tell our mind is what we will believe and we will start doing, right? So I'm excited to step on the scale every day because it's going to show me how I'm doing. I'm excited to step on the scale every day because it's going to allow me to make the progress that I need to make, right? Like, Google that, but find some affirmations, something that you can tell yourself every day that will help you to be able to allow yourself that freedom, to overcome that fear. So step on the scale. Okay, we got that one out. Woo!
Tough one out of the way, right? So, action item number 2 is to ask yourself, what am I really hungry for? And this kind of goes back to a little bit what I talked about right at the beginning, where a relationship with food a lot of times develops from that nurturing and that care that we receive when we're very, very young. And so it's when we have these feelings of loneliness or sadness or stressed out, or whatever the case may be, and we're reaching for food, what we're really hungry for is something to soothe those emotions and to help us deal with those emotions. So we need to, instead of using food for entertainment and pleasure, security, we need to start looking at food more as it's fuel to keep us energized, satisfied, and healthy, right? And if we ask ourselves that question, what am I really hungry for? And if you allow yourself to really truly answer it, you guys, we can answer it every time. We know deep down truly what we're seeking when we're in the pantry reaching for the bag of chocolate chips. We know what is bothering us when we're going for the pint of ice cream in the freezer late at night. And we know what we could do to help ourselves, but we don't do anything about it. And why is that? It's because it's easier not to. It's easier to smother those emotions and those feelings in this superficial solution of food, right, rather than dealing with our stuff. But the sooner that we face our stuff, the less likely we're going to be to continue to stuff our face. So the action item for this one, asking yourself, what am I really hungry for, is when you find yourself mindlessly or stress eating or emotionally eating and reaching for the food that you know isn't going to help you get healthier, isn't going to give you long-term lasting energy, ask yourself that question. What am I really hungry for? And I think you'll find that the food that you're reaching for is a crutch to get away from those feelings. And so as you're asking yourself this question in that food journal that Tina mentioned, also keep track of every time this happens. Every time you ask yourself, what am I hungry for? What am I really hungry for? jot down that emotion or that feeling that comes to surface, and jot down what foods you were craving. And I think as time goes on and you develop this habit, you'll start seeing a relationship between that craving and that feeling that we're trying to suppress. So really what we're trying to do overall, right, is become more aware of what's driving our behavior toward food and the way we react to it and the way we use it, the way that we rely on it, and start to dig down deeper into those reasons and find alternative ways to cope with that so that food doesn't continue to be our crutch. Because when food is our crutch, that's when we get back on that yo-yo diet of, feeling really good because we're on a plan, and then we drop off and we feel all these feelings of shame and regret, right? And like we're not worthy and we just can't do it. And where does that lead us when we're suppressing our feelings? It leads us right back to using food as a crutch. And so it creates this vicious cycle. And it's a cycle that we're going to all work to get off here in this group.
All right, guys. So let me share a couple more stories with you. So this one I like, right? So we look at before and after pictures and we talk about that. And by the way, you guys, as you have questions, I see a couple questions, go ahead and put those in the comments. That's a great place for that. Like Jennifer, I see yours. Dana, I see yours. We want to come at the end and do a little bit of Q&A. So we will definitely come back to those. So make sure you guys put all of your questions in there. So, and then Jen, I don't know if you want to try to log off. We can see if Melissa can jump on.
Okay.
Or not.
Let me
try.
try.
Things. We'll see. So let me show you guys. So we before and afters with your food, because that's what To Be Mindset is really for, is to really help you to have larger meals, more satisfying, more appealing meals, and do this. So part of this program is actually providing you recipes and some recipe videos that you can actually eat more food. Okay, so I love this. So flat salad versus a tasty salad to eat with the To Be Mindset, right? So eating a salad is healthy, yes, but it doesn't have to be without flavor and food. Eating a salad should be beautiful for the eyes and succulent to the taste buds. So it's not flat eating health. On the contrary, and that's what the To Be Mindset will show you. So I have to tell you guys, like, eating salad that day, and I was like, I have the flat salad. I have the flat salad. I don't want the flat salad. I want the pretty salad, right? And I was totally like, okay, good. This is like awesome that I can eat like that I can feel like I can fill up that bowl, have tons of good things in there, and learn how to do it in a really good way. So excited for this training and for Ilana's guidance in helping us to learn and understand how to do that. So, and we've got Melissa. So welcome, Melissa. All right. So I don't know why, but for some reason, we're not able to bring all our admins on at one time. So because Jen is telling me that I can't bring you on right now. So we will just kind of be trading back and forth a little bit. And thanks for learning with us this time, because it's the first time we've done this with 3 people. So, but we're going to let Melissa move on to number 3.
Okay. All right. So the next part is about knowing your triggers. So most often people that engage in stress or emotional eating, your binge eating or overeating, have triggers that can lead them to that. And triggers are things that happen that can have an emotional or psychological impact on our lives, even when we're not aware of them. Sometimes we do have an awareness of them, but we might feel helpless to change them. And sometimes we might not be aware of them at all, and what we're doing is actually sabotaging our health and our weight loss goals. So emotional eating is different for all of us. Some people eat when they're bored. Some people eat when they're lonely or they're sad or they're anxious. We may even celebrate to reward ourselves, like Jennifer mentioned earlier, and just, after a long day, a hard day at work, or with the kids, that you just kind of want to eat to almost just to feel better. And so there's so many different reasons, and really just looking at what is triggering us. Sometimes we eat emotionally when we're delaying the feeling that triggered us. So what we're doing is we're feeling the emotion and then we're delaying it and we're just stuffing with food, right? And we're consuming calories that we don't really need or that we don't want. And that leads into a cycle where we don't feel like we have control, or we don't feel like we have good, self-discipline. And that doesn't feel good, because that's exactly what we're trying to change here. We're trying to get free from those cycles because they don't serve us. And just to really, not feel bad about the fact that a lot of times we're conditioned to reach for food, right? So do this. We have a good action item that I really think is going to help you. Commit to eating when you're hungry and when you've planned to eat, and don't let random eating sabotage your health. So for the rest of this week, I want you to follow a simple exercise. We want you to try this. Every time you find yourself reaching for food, ask yourself this one question: am I hungry? And if the answer is yes, then by all means eat. Like, we don't want you to avoid satisfying your genuine desire for food. But if the answer is no, then let's use this week to identify the feelings that we are actually desiring to have, and determine if we can find another healthier alternative, another activity that can replace this habit. So try this. Next time you feel an emotional reaction to something coming on, or maybe you're feeling sad, or you're feeling frustrated, or whatever it might be, just take a minute to just walk away, from the situation, or find a space to just do a quick check-in with yourself. And I've learned this over the last year of just like finding time to just check in with me, right? Are you feeling lonely? Are you feeling upset? Just acknowledge to yourself it's okay to feel that way, and then see if you can think of another action to take to really care for yourself, because that's really what it is. I mean, food, we've learned that food is a comfort for us since we were, babies, right? And so we're just looking for someone to take care of us, and we can be that person for ourselves. We can take care of ourselves a different way than turning to food. So acknowledge to yourself it's okay to feel how you're feeling, and then just think of something different you can do to handle that. And I know that some of you might feel that feeling where you want to eat like a whole bag of Oreos. And it might feel good temporarily to eat that, right? But then the feeling that you had initially before you wanted to eat the Oreos, that feeling is still there. Like, that feeling didn't go away, right? It just was delayed. So you're still stuck then with that feeling that you didn't acknowledge. Plus you overindulged, and now you're feeling guilty about that. So you just weighed down with that. So try to find things, change that habit, because you can do this. A habit is just something that you've picked up over the years, but that doesn't mean you have to keep it. So some good ideas might be to take a walk, get some fresh air. The weather's been really nice where I live, and just get some fresh air. Do a 5-minute stress meditation video. There's some great ones on Beachbody On Demand that I go to if I'm feeling overwhelmed. Take a warm bath. You can add some essential oils. Call a friend, maybe even someone from this group, right? Because we're going to all be learning the same techniques and tools, so we can turn to each other as a sense of community to really encourage us. Pull up Pandora on your phone. You can listen to something that energizes you or relaxes you. And then another tool might be to just write out what's on your mind that's stressing you out, and figure out a way to break it down into more manageable parts. Something about writing it out can really take off that stress, and then you can see clear enough to realize that you don't need all those food things to really make you feel better. So I hope those are giving you some ideas, and we're all in this together. We're all learning. So we're just gonna be a great sense of positive community for each other.
Awesome. And then Sherry just said, like, reaching out to the group when we feel this way. Yes, heck yeah. I remember one time, like, and I don't keep chocolate chips in my pantry as often anymore because of this, but like, I had nothing else good in my house. And I remember I was like raiding these chocolate chips because I had nothing else to eat to turn to that was sweet, and that I needed that kind of emotional high. So I messaged the group. I said, you guys, I'm just walking past my pantry. I'm going outside. I'm getting in my car. I'm going for a little bit of a drive, and it's going to be gone when I get back. Right.
I think it's a habit. something about nighttime. It's quiet. The kids are in bed, and I find myself just wandering in the kitchen. Like, what do I need? I'm not even hungry. I just feel like I need to be there for some reason. So I think it's just those habits, replacing them with something else. So.
Absolutely. And it was like it was a ritual for me. Like I would get my kids to bed. It's like, okay, like pat yourself on the back. You made it through another day. Go get into that ice cream. And by the way, top that with some peanut butter, because why wouldn't you? And maybe some chocolate sauce, and, you know, just have a few bowls. Have a few bowls, because it was a really good day. You really earned it today. That was me every night. So good. Thank you, Melissa, for jumping on with us too. So guys, I'm so sorry we're not able to jump on. So we're just going to switch back and forth a little bit. So Jen's going to cover our fourth point. So we're going to let her jump back on with that. And I'm going to share with you another transformation story that I really love. And so I actually know Katie a little bit, that I'm going to show you her story. And she, you know, she was very similar. I guess probably I relate to her because she's very similar to me in just being up and down, right? And so I could really relate to her story of just never really finding that way to overcome that last like 10 pounds and be able to do that. So I want to share with you her story because I love the last couple of months. So this is Katie, and she says, 2B Mindset has helped me recognize my own emotional eating patterns and has helped me to establish new healthy habits. It's also shifted how I speak to myself in terms of my body image. I am more confident, I smile more, and I feel good. Like legit, really good. I feel incredibly free from my food addiction, specifically sugar. The beauty of this program is there is no stop date. This is a program that once you learn, you can't unlearn. It's just part of what you do. Done with diets, losing weight happily. It's like my jam. And I, like, how many times, again, do you kind of, or, you know, that time where it's just, you know, you have to restart. And so I really loved the thought that she said that you can't unlearn this, right? Once you know it, once it's part of you, it's like there, and you know exactly what to do it and how to do it too. So, so I really love that. Okay. So Melissa, we're going to let you X off so Jen can X back on here real quick.
That sounds good.
Do that. We're just doing a little bit more switching. So we've got that. Hello, Diana. Welcome. Let's see. While Melissa's jumping off and Jen more testimonial here. And that importance of the relationship with food. All right, so this is Becca. I've always struggled with my relationship with food. Since I was a kid, food was my treat, right? I mean, and when I read that, I kind of feel guilty as a mom, right? Because how many times do we reward our kids with food? All the time. My food was my treat, my stress relief. When I first started my journey with Beachbody, I lost 70 pounds out of sheer determination. Majorly affecting my confidence and my health. 2B Mindset gave me the tools to change from the inside out. The inside out. Once I fully implemented Alana's tools, it was like something unlocked in my brain. These results are over birthdays, holidays, a road trip, a week at an all-inclusive resort. What? I know, it blows my mind too. I feel so empowered to live my life free of being on a diet while also still being able to stay healthy. It's the best feeling ever. My confidence and my energy are through the roof. 2B Mindset is my plan for life. I'm so excited for us to all feel that way, right? To feel that empowerment, just be able to have that freedom as part of our lives. So I'm excited. All right, Jen has our fourth point and our fourth action item for you guys to help you overcome emotional eating.
Okay, so we've talked pretty in depth about the first three, right? And so where it all comes together is, you know, most of us here have stated, you know, I struggle with emotional eating. I struggle with staying on plan. And the thing is overcoming this habit is so hard to do by ourselves, right? Like I can go to Pinterest and I can search Google and I can piece together all of these different plans and pieces and tell myself I'm going to stick with it. And it's just such an uphill battle because I don't know what I'm doing. I have nobody in my corner supporting me. I have nobody I can share my struggles with or my successes with when I do have a good day. But the great thing is that, you know, there's no need for any of us to do this or even attempt to do this alone anymore. So the 4 actions we've shared here tonight are just a portion of the tools that are going to be available to us when we join our community as a VIP member with the 2B mindset. So we've partnered with a registered dietitian. We referred to her earlier. Her name is Alana, and she has developed a weight loss program that allows us to eat the foods we love. We don't have to cut out any food groups. We're not tracking calories or points or macros, and we're going to learn what to eat and how different food makes our body feel and how that ultimately supports our weight loss goals, not in the short term, but how to maintain that too. So we stop the yo-yo and we stop the roller coaster. And within all of this, you know, the underlying factor is we're going to learn to overcome emotional eating. So this community, our VIP access to the Take Back Your Plate community, is for anybody who wants to lose weight or wants to maintain a healthy weight and maintain that enjoyable lifestyle that you like to live. It's for anybody who doesn't want to exercise, doesn't like to exercise, or can't exercise. You guys, this is a nutrition focused only program. So exercise is like extra credit. This group is for people who struggle with nutrition. So maybe you do exercise, but you struggle with nutrition, so you don't ever really see the results of your hard work. And this is where I raise my hand. This group is for people who love food, you like to eat, you want to eat big portions, not some little dinky sad salad. It's for people that are tired of yo-yo dieting, people that want an easy way to lose weight, get rid of the strict rules, right? Like the counting and the cutting food groups and being so tied down to all of these rules and restrictions that we ultimately feel overwhelmed and deprived and we cave and we fall off. So the action item, as you've gone through this live video and you can relate to all of these things that we've shared and you think, wow, that's a really great idea, or wow, that could really help me and I could really use some help doing this. This is your chance, you guys. We have free discovery sessions, so we'll have a conversation with you about your struggles and your goals and how this program and our VIP community could help you ditch the diet, right? So reach out to the coach that invited you to this group and let us share our experience and share with you what we've learned so far about this program. Share more stories from the test group like what we've shown you here tonight, and just let's have a conversation about how we can change all of our habits and support each other on creating this healthier lifestyle. Working with a coach for me in my fitness, the fitness side, the exercise side, has made all of the difference in my consistency and in my results with the program. You know, I was the person that would buy the DVD and be gung-ho the first 3 days, and then the DVD sits in the cabinet because it was hard. And I didn't have anybody at home to support me in that hard, and I didn't really know how to push through that on my own. So when I finally found a coach and I dialed into the community aspect, you guys, it was like night and day difference. And I just know that this nutrition focus group is going to do the same thing for me. It's going to do the same thing for all of you, and it's going to be so much better if we can all join forces and do it together, okay? So with that, the key to these 4 actions, the key to overcoming emotional eating and ditching the diet, is to transform our mindset, right? So it's going to take hard work to negate all of these preconceived notions that we've been telling ourselves for years and years and years, and reprogram our minds to look at food differently. But we can do it, and we can do it together, and we can lose weight happily without feeling deprived. We've seen the proof, right? We've seen the test group results. We'll be sharing more, but if they can do it, we can do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and you guys, I think use this group, right? We're going to do, it's not just about like you using the videos, like that is one component, but the key piece that will really help you beyond just doing this on your own is using the group, you know. So we will have weekly group Zoom calls, so video conferencing with each other. We'll go through a lot of the content from that week. We'll go through what's going well, we'll celebrate, right? It's going to be somewhere where you can come and get answers. You can hear what other people are doing, because that's why we love to hear from people, right? We love to hear from people because we can put ourselves in that story and we can learn from that experience. So when something goes well, share it. When something goes wrong and you overcome it, share it even more, right? That's what's so impactful about being in this group, is that we have that opportunity to have, I mean, you guys, again, 122 people in this group before this call started. And that's a lot of knowledge. That's a lot of life experience. That's a lot of sharing where you can't tell me somebody won't have the answer and and the experience that can help lift somebody else up. So share, ask, right, and receive, and we all do it together. So okay, you guys, so Jennifer mentioned, because I just want you to know the reason she's so great at what she did is that she went through it herself, right? So this is Alana Molstead. She's a registered dietitian, which is the highest recognition that you can receive in dietetics, and she lost 100 pounds. So her story is really powerful in the group, because I want you to hear, I want you to know her. I want you to understand that she has been there where you're going, and is able, what has made this so impactful is that she recognized herself in that cycle, right, of gaining weight, losing weight, and really almost enjoying that process because of the attention and what it brought her, but eventually learning that that wasn't something that she wanted to have in her life, that it wasn't serving her, it wasn't really getting her to where she wanted to go. So I'm going to go through just briefly the To Be Mindset kits so that you guys have an idea of where to start. And we want you to complete a registration form. So Jen's going to go ahead and throw that into the link, or throw that link into the comments so that you guys have that, and I'll show it on the screen too. And then stick with me for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to share with you how you can get that free PDF that goes through these 4 actions and will help you to take action on what you've learned tonight about emotional eating. So, but as we do that, you guys, like, list in the comments, what is, you know, I told you, you would come away from this with an aha moment, right? With that one thing that would work for you, or that you're like, okay, I need to focus on that, or that was something new, or I think that, you know, what was that trigger for you? Write that in the comments. Share what those aha moments are, so that we can see that together, okay? So there's 3 different packages that you can start with. So I'm going to talk about the best value first, and then kind of go down from there. So this is the ultimate package, the To Be Mindset. And again, we'll have Jen or Melissa, if you could put in a graphic in the comments that they could see all the packages as well, so we'll have that. But let me just kind of go through what this is. So To Be Mindset and Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology package. So you get an annual membership to Beachbody On Demand, 30 days of Shakeology, delivered monthly on Home Direct, your Shakeology shaker cup, And then these other items here are the 2B Mindset Kit. So let me tell you what's in that 2B Mindset Kit. So a there's 41 videos there. You guys, these are powerful but short, so you're not going to be sitting in front of your computer for hours and hours as you go through each of these videos. It'll be a few minutes, and they're there for you not to binge watch necessarily, but for you to watch a video and be able to then take action, right, to apply that. So there's 21 learning videos of how to learn the 2B mindset. 5 videos where Alana is going to answer a lot of the frequently asked questions and things that people are wanting to know. There's also an FAQ section in the digital library, which answers a ton of questions. And then you get 15 recipe videos where she's going to demo some of her best recipes and some of the recipes that you get included in the recipe book. All right, so then you've got your Getting Started guide, which will tell you exactly how to get set up for success. You'll get both a printed copy as well as a digital PDF in your library. You've got a tracker. So this is a 90-day tracker to track your food, track your water, again, to journal some of those things that we talked about were so important tonight. Then you've got your go-to guide. This is like your Bible. It'll give you all of those things that you need as you go through the program to have instant access to. So something good to keep in your purse, in your car, somewhere you're frequently that you can reference and access this. Again, you get the recipe book, both a printed and a digital copy. And then also a 2B Mindset water bottle, which is fun, you guys. So this is a bigger water bottle, so 30 ounces. So you don't have to refill it as much during the day, right? So typically 2 to 3 of these will be very sufficient for most people. So it'll be easy to track your water. It has fun sayings and catchphrases that Alana will be teaching us through these videos. And then you've got in June, we also have the Beachbody Nutrition Plus app that will be released on iOS, and that's coming in June, so that you'll have even easier access to everything on this. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit about this package, and Jen, we will definitely in addition to that kit. Why would you want this package, right? With the Beachbody On Demand with the Shakeology. So Beachbody On Demand is a digital library. So think of it like Netflix for fitness. So it houses over 700 hours of workout videos, 40 full programs that give you a calendar that tell you exactly what workout to do every single day that will help to lead you through success. So you get access to all of those, and plus any new content that Beachbody adds to that. It also has a program called Fixate in there, which is another cooking show and another resource for recipes. Over 200 recipes, everything from breakfast, lunch, dinners, desserts, side dishes, cocktails, Shakeology recipes, everything in there that will help you to have even more ideas. That's probably the thing that I hear from my customers, my clients the most is, I don't know what to eat, I don't know what to cook, I need new ideas. Right? So that you get that and that you have that. So again, even if you're not starting with exercise right now, this gives you the tools to be able to do that, right? To start slowly or to pick up a full program. If you're somebody like I was who went to the gym and just would kind of aimlessly wander from machine to machine and never really know exactly what to do and surely was not putting that together in a way to be successful to get good results. This is it. World-class trainers, like the best, the best trainers in the world, really. You have it at your fingertips, so you can access from anywhere. You can take it anywhere. So there's never a time where you can't have that fitness in your life, right? And it's important. And if it's not where you're at right now, it will be. As you make progress, you'll be craving adding that into what you're doing. And then Shakeology. So Shakeology was something that I was very skeptical about as I was beginning Beachbody, because in my mind I said, well, this is just a protein shake and this is just expensive for a protein shake. So why would I do that? Right? But I want you to know why Shakeology is an important tool in your toolkit and why you should try this for at least your first 30 days to give it your own assessment, right? So I'm not asking you to buy into this for life, but I want you to gain the experience from this for 2 reasons. one, Shakeology helps to promote weight loss. And the way it does that is because it'll refeed your body with the nutrition it needs. A lot of time as we're losing weight, what do? We're cutting the amount of calories that we have. But we're also, what that means we're doing is cutting our nutrition too, right? So, and when that happens, then you don't feel full and satisfied, because what you're craving when you're craving foods like sweets and sugar and processed foods is your body telling you it's nutrient deficit. It needs something, right? It needs something. So what your body needs is what Shakeology can provide, because there's over 70 superfoods, and it provides a wealth of nutrition that you just can't duplicate in your diet. So it'll help to counterbalance that reaction from losing weight. So it doesn't suppress your appetite. It's not a magic pill. It's just there because it fills in the gaps for you. It fills in what you're not getting, and that's how it helps you to promote healthy weight loss. And you'll have energy, and you'll have something that you enjoy that's like a treat to you every day, that's easy and convenient to make, and that makes a big difference. And then the health benefits, right? So not only do you gain benefits in being able to lose weight better and more effectively, but you gain so many health benefits from Shakeology. And I'm going to post it for you, because I'm a big advocate of everybody learning more about the health benefits of Shakeology, you guys. It's not just putting protein in your body. It's not comparable to what you get at Costco or what you get at GNC. Because it is fueling your body with adaptogens and phytonutrients and digestive enzymes that help your body to be more efficient and digest your food better, probiotics, prebiotics. So if I just named a lot of things that you probably have no idea what they do, which I didn't know what they did, I'm going to teach you, because it's important that you put the right fuel in your body to help everything else. And if you want to counter high cholesterol and pre-diabetic conditions and having medical conditions, this is a great way to do it with Shakeology, and to just do something for your health. And above and beyond scientifically, I love Shakeology because it just helps me feel good. That's it. If anyone asked me, that's the first thing I would tell them. I drink Shakeology every day because it helps me to feel my best. And when I feel good and I have energy and I'm sleeping well and I feel happy, it makes everything else so much easier, right? So that I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about those little extras. It's going to be the best bang for your buck. Okay, so early bird pricing. So in the month of May, there's a $20 discount on all of these packages. So with this one, it'll be $200 instead of $220. Okay, so that's your best value, where you get everything that you need, not only for a short term, but long term. Okay, the second kit, so level up. So this is the To Be Mindset Kit plus your Shakeology. So if you're not ready for exercise and it's just a little bit overwhelming to you to think about adding that in, and if you're not ready and you feel like kind of constricted that you're going to waste money if you don't use it, then this is a package for you, right? Because it gives you the very best in what you need for your nutrition. It gives you everything in the To Be mindset. And then it allows you to grow, right, with that. And maybe Beachbody On Demand is something that you want to add later. Okay, so the level up includes everything except the 12-month membership to Beachbody On Demand that you get. So the level up is $160 for the month of May, and that price will go up to $180 after that. Okay, and then if you just need the basics, so this is a great package if you're already a current Shakeology user or customer, or if you're a coach, to get the basic kit. So the basic kit comes with everything that's included with the To Be mindset, and early bird pricing is $99, and that will go up to $119 afterwards. So I do want to, there is an opportunity for you to sign up with a coach membership. So a coach membership, it does give you distributor benefits, such as the 25% discount on all of your products or programs or anything else that you would add. But I have to tell you, the thing that I really love most about the coach membership is it just gives you a little bit of heightened accountability to go for this, right? It gives you the opportunity to learn how to share your journey to help you to stay more accountable to your goals and what you want to do, and to share this with your friends and family with some benefits, because you can earn a passive income just by being an example of doing what you need to and want to be healthy. So talk to us about that. Talk to us about what that means. We're going to do an event mid next week for a couple of days to actually give you the opportunity to be a coach for a day and do some of the things that coaches do, because I want you to see it's not scary, and it's nothing probably more than what you're already doing as a good positive person for your friends and family in that. But as a coach member, there is an opportunity for you to be involved with an exclusive group with Ilana, where she's going to be leading and guiding us directly. So if you are interested in that, make sure that you message us and let us know. So I also want to let you guys know just how phenomenal this package is. So Ilana, as a registered dietitian, she charges her clients $300 an hour for a session, $300 for a session. And in a video conference that I was listening to with her, she said, the 2B mindset, the tools that you get in this kit are equivalent to about 12 to 15 sessions with her. So I don't have to be a genius and do the math to know that I'm saving thousands and thousands of dollars by doing this, and the material is there for me all the time. Once you buy the 2B mindset, it's yours forever. There's no annual membership or it's going to go away. It's yours. Like, you get those tools, and like Katie said in her testimonial, once this is in here, you can't unlearn it, right? You know it. It becomes a part of you. It becomes a part of what you do. So what a great opportunity for us to invest in us, because we're going to spend our money anyway. It was hard for me to make that investment at first. And I think it wasn't hard because I couldn't find the money, because there's always ways we can find that. But for me, it was believing in myself and that I deserved to spend money to find something that I shouldn't. I just kind of felt like I should just be able to do this. I should be strong enough to figure this out and do it on my own. And if I could even just open up my life for the last 4 years, as we've been a part of utilizing the programs through Beachbody and the nutrition and bettering that for us and our family, I mean, it's priceless. Everything from, we don't pay for certain prescriptions, and doctor visits are a lot low. We're making better choices when we're eating out. We save a lot of money at the grocery store, a lot of money. And we're doing it. We're giving our kids that future, like I said, where they know better choices, and they've lived that and are sharing that already and sharing in that. And that is a good gift. So gift yourself this. Gift it to you, and know that you're worth it, that this is something that you definitely should do, and that it's okay to make this a priority, right? Okay, so reach out to us. Here's just an overview. Again, if Jen or Melissa hasn't posted that, we'll get this posted so that you've got just kind of an overview of everything and you can make a decision on the package. So here's how you pre-register. Okay, so we want you to register using this link. So http://bit.ly/takebackyourplate-reg. Okay, so we're going to post that so that you guys have that. So fill out that pre-registration. You guys, what that will do is it'll help us with a few questions that you'll answer about your nutrition, about what's going well, where you want to make improvements, to really help you decide which of those packages is best for you, because that's what we want to do. We want to help you to get the best tools for you. And so if you need extra support from that, we've got our emails here. Please email any of us. Email your coach to really be able to help you. So that's how you get a one-on-one with us, one-on-one session, you guys, and it's to make sure that you're taken care of individually. Okay, so you guys, thank you for sticking with us, for being here tonight. We're just so excited to see you implement these. I saw a lot of you listing your aha moments. And I'm so excited for you to move forward on those. Okay. So you can get your emotional eating guide. All you need to do is email your coach and put in the subject line EE Action Guide. Okay. So emotional eating action guide, and we will send this to you so that you have this PDF available to help you with the action items. Okay. So you can screenshot that. We'll put those in the comments too, so that we have that as well to help with that. So I'm going to, Melissa, I'm going to bring you back on camera here. And you guys, let's go through and just answer some questions. So we'll take a look. And you guys, if you have any questions, please put those in there. Hello, Melissa.
Yes.
You can add me back. Let's see. Jen said she had a couple of questions. There are a couple of questions to answer. I don't know when you posted that, Jen. All right. Melissa, have you been on the feed as far as questions? I'll answer. And Jen, maybe if you have those, could you type those into this thread for us and we can read those too? But a couple of questions about the scale that I saw. Okay, so are we recommending that you use the scale every day? Yes. Yes, we are. So, and again, I want you to let go of that fear and know that there's a lot of training for you on how to do that, on why to do that, on how to really shift that mindset to do that. But I can tell you guys, like, after you start doing that, it won't be so scary anymore. It's scary like right now before you're starting that, before you're doing that. But it won't be scary after you do it. I promise you, as you start to do that, it just becomes, again, it's a piece of data. It's something that we need to be able to know what's going well, what's working for our body, and what's not working for our body. So we actually really need to do that so we have that freedom away from the scale too. So, and there was another question that I saw was, yes, is there a certain time of day that's best to weigh in? And I think that was maybe Erin. I can't remember for sure. But I recommend just, I don't think there's necessarily a best time or better time. Well, I do. But the first rule I would say is just be consistent, right? Whatever time you weigh in and however you weigh in, make sure that you do that consistently every day. So I think the best time is probably in the morning to weigh in. Again, you haven't eaten, your body's going to be very consistent at that time in the morning. So I would just recommend just weighing in, and that's what I do is I just weigh in first thing in the morning to do that. So Melissa, any advice with the scale?
Well, I know I've been trained from other programs to not do that. So it does feel like such a mind shift to now go to using the scale, So for those of you out there that are thinking this is so foreign to me to now start this back up, I mean, I would say trust the process and that this is something different, but there's going to be different tools with it. It's not just going to be used as a way to feel like, okay, is today going to be a good day or a bad day based on the number on my scale? Like, you don't want to dread it or feel that anxiousness about like, if I ate too much last night, is it going to reflect? I mean, the goal is just to give you that barometer of, like you said, to just one more piece of data to have to use to see, where you're going with it next. So try not to see it as a bad thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jen put a good point in the feed too. She said, remember, we're looking at the trend of the scale, not the specific number. Mm-hmm. So true, you guys. Again, there's not anything that we need to attach our worth to a specific number, right? And if that's down a half a pound or up a half a pound a day, like, it's okay, right? So it's really that trend of what's happening. Is the scale moving up? Is it moving down? And let's figure out why that's happening. Again, are there certain foods that aren't serving our body? Maybe you're not tracking your food as accurately as you think you are, right? That could be a big thing. Like, I definitely have been victim to picking off my kids' plates or, snacking as I'm making dinner, maybe taking a teaspoon of peanut butter and maybe it's a tablespoon of peanut butter. You know how that happens when you're just dipping. So you guys, there's just so many reasons that could happen. So it's just to see what's happening so that we can look at that and see what works for us and what doesn't work for us, to be able to do that too. So good. Yeah, Jen, weigh in first thing right after a potty break, and then drink or eat something right after that. Definitely I do that as well. So, and then something that we were working on in the event that I want you guys to keep working on this week is just water, right? So in the 2B mindset, there's really four, she calls them the two bunnies, but there's four things that we're really going to be working on, right? So that's water first. So, and what that means, water first, is before you eat anything, you're gonna drink water. So ideally 15 to 30 minutes before you have a meal or snack, you're going to intake 8 to 16 ounces of water. The reason that does that is that will help your digestive juices to start working, and to help you to digest your food better, to help you to feel a little bit more full and satisfied, to recognize that in your brain, right? You know how like when you eat a big meal and then you're like, I don't feel full yet. I can eat a little bit more. And then all of a sudden you're stuffed like Thanksgiving dinner every single day. That's because your brain doesn't catch up as quickly as your stomach does to tell it it's full. So if you drink in your water first, it'll help to do that. And it's better to drink before your meals rather than after, because drinking after your meals will just dilute those digestive juices so that your food won't be digested as well. So that's just, it's something it's challenging for me to do that. I just not really ever practiced that. So I've started to try to do that now before starting this program, is something that we can kind of take to do that. So water first, and then veggies most, right? So we're practicing one other challenge that we did was to just take a food that we would typically eat and try to replace it with a vegetable, right? So like if you have a bag of chips in the afternoon for a snack, instead of snacking on those, like trade that for maybe some carrots and hummus, right? You still get that crunch that maybe you desire with those chips, but it's a healthier swap. Melissa, what have you seen that are like some healthier swaps that you think for veggies to be able to add into that?
I was gonna say, I like to make my salads kind of like a treat by adding fruit on them and doing different toppings, like just to make it more exciting for me. And like the hummus and the carrots, that's a big one for me. I don't know, I put peanut butter on about everything. I can get creative with that. But yeah, vegetables is always a tough one for me. But I have noticed that if I eat more vegetables, I do feel fuller longer, and it's more of like a clean feeling too. Like, I don't know, there's something about that there's definitely truth to this if you can integrate those vegetables in there. And for the water too, I was gonna say, it's just the simple act of filling up 2 of like my big water jugs and keeping them in the fridge overnight so I can just pull them out. Something about that, it's just so simple, but it makes a difference. You know, just to make it easy for yourself and to portion out the carrots or whatever snack you're gonna have, so you can just grab it and go and take it in the car and or wherever you're at, just to take it to work. It just makes it easier, so you don't have to think about it.
Definitely. I think
anytime you want something now, you don't have to think about making it. You want it then. So
yeah,
easier.
Yeah. Fries for grilled zucchini tonight. Good job, Jen. I swapped out. I had zoodles today. I had made like a shrimp zoodle pesto dish. So you can check that out on my story. So you can see how to make that today. But, so easy swaps, for some of those things. Yesterday I had like a 7-layer dip, and instead of using crackers to eat my dip, I used cucumber, rounds, cucumber chips, I called them, so just, thinking about some of those easier swaps, or even just making that veggie portion bigger than like your carbs or your proteins. A lot of times that's all we need, is that we're eating the vegetables, but maybe we can add a little bit more rather than a little bit less. So pepper nachos, that's a good one. I love these. Celery and peanut butter, anything with peanut butter. Carrots, Dana, awesome. Yep, for sure. So, okay, so those are the first 2, water first and veggies more. And then use the scale is number 3. So we've talked a lot about that tonight. I hope you guys are feeling empowered with that and not so scared, at least willing to allow it into your life. And then the fourth point is the food journal. So again, you get that 90-day tracker with the system. You guys, it's so fun. I'm going to maybe see if I can post a picture of it, because, I saw how it was laid out, and it's just fun. And you know, I want you to be empowered to track your food. One question that I got was, you know, was that it takes so much time. You know, I can't journal my food because it takes so much time. And I saw this statistic the other day and I thought how important this is. So the average person spends about 116 minutes on social media every day. 116 minutes. It takes 3 to 5 minutes to journal your food through the day. Get off Facebook a little bit more and allow yourself to be successful at this, right? It's all about what you want to allow into your life and what you need to do. And sometimes we have to make those sacrifices of doing something else for something better. And might be temporary, but you know, you make those switches and it will fit into your life. You can do this and you can make it work. So those are the 4 bunnies, the 4 big points that we're going to be learning about. So any other questions that have come up? I don't know if I've seen, I think we've answered everything that came. So you guys, thanks again for being on here, for jumping on. Lisa, hi, just jumping on. And we're excited to talk to you. Fill out that registration form. We'll make sure that the links are there. We will make sure, again, to just make sure to email your coach. Thank you, Jen. I saw that she put all of our email addresses in the feed. Email your coach, what was it exactly? Let me make sure. Action Guide, Action Guide, and get that free PDF so that you guys can start implementing these 4 actions to overcome emotional eating. And let's get started. Let's take back the plate. Let's do it. We're just so excited. Okay. Thank you guys for jumping on tonight.